What is up, people? Welcome back to another one. In today's video I just want to go through basically my own personal opinion of which torch, if you're like in a kind of like beginner situation in the automotive industry and then you're going to invest in the M12 Milwaukee platform, which one should you go to? The M12 torch, LED torch over here, or the Milwaukee M12 stick light over here? Now, as you can see, this one is being really badly used because that's the one I've been using as I started as a mechanic. This one I got it like in an auction a couple of months back, and this is my second one. I had another one, but I sold that one to a friend of mine, and then this is another one I got from an auction. Pretty mint condition, I'd say, almost brand new. But yeah, I did use this one as well for like 3 months or so, working on a daily basis. Now, as you can see, both M12 platforms, I don't want to really get into like specs and like details like that. This one, as you can see, pivoting headlight. It's got a magnet at the back, which is really nice feature for me. Pivoting headlight, LED. This one is a spotlight, so it makes 160 lumens of LED on this LED. It's a single LED. Whether this one is 3 LEDs, but the difference is this is a floodlight, so it kind of like gets more areas rather than like a specific spot. 3 LEDs, true view vision on these LEDs, as you can see, of the color. So if you're going to be doing wiring and stuff like that, I would prefer this one because you can actually spot the difference between an orange and a red wire, or yellow and orange. Whether with this LED, kind of like the standard blue LED, it kind of like blends the color together. Hook that you can use, you can hang this on the hood. Downside with this is you can only use up to a 2 amp battery. If you're gonna use a 4 amp or a 6 amp, it kind of like weighs more, and then it's gonna like not break, but kind of like take the hook out from the locking position. So up to 2 amp, you can use this one as kind of like hanging it on the side. Anything bigger than that, it won't stay like in that position. Both great torches, based on my experience. I mean, this one I even drop into a bucket of oil. The whole torch went into a bucket of oil, took it out, cleaned it up, torch still like works perfectly, no problem. Now, the only kind of like big points that I want to point out with these two torches is this one doesn't have a fuel gauge, and all the new Milwaukee tools, they got a fuel gauge, and the fuel gauge, basically you can see how much battery you got left. For me, a fuel gauge is a must, so this is kind of like one of the things I don't like about this torch light, because I always check, does my battery have like enough juice in there? If it doesn't, I switch out to another battery and put that to charge. That's like, I always do that before I use any tool, whether it's my torch, my big impact wrench, my stubby impact wrench, any tool that I use, I always check. So that's the good thing about this stick light. It's got the fuel gauge over here. The bad side about the stick light is it doesn't have a magnet. It's got the screw, so you can buy the optional magnet that screws in as extra, but obviously I think that costs like 15-20 pounds, which is a bit ridiculous in my opinion. I wish it did come with a magnet, not as an optional extra, but as like a standard feature of the tool. And that's the thing I like about this one. This one's got the magnet, so you can stick it up the hood, or whatever you're gonna be working on the car, and then kind of like have your hands free rather than holding the torch, or kind of like positioning it like onto some like hoses or anything, and then it might like kind of like fall off or whatever. You get the idea. We're all being there. Now, moving the specs aside, which one I would recommend is, obviously I started with the stick light, and then I got this one as a second hand. I mean, I was using it today to unblock some sewage from home, because obviously they were blocked, so we have like a little bit of an issue. Torch work fine, no problems. So yeah, they're both really great torches, but going into the point of the matter is which one I would recommend is, at the end of the day, if you're like a beginner and then you're gonna start like investing in Milwaukee tools, and mainly you're gonna go with M12 platform, is buy whichever one you can afford. I started with this. I wanted this, so I save up more money to like buy this, because there is a difference in price. The stick light goes for about 40, 45, 50 pounds. I mean, I remember I think I bought this like 55 pounds, and that's for the body only. Whereas like the M12 torch light over here, you can get one for about 20, 25 pounds. So there is roughly like a 20-pound difference. So you can get this light and then get like a 2 amp battery as well if you like think about it. Or you can, like, for the same price, you can get just a stick light without the battery. So if you got batteries and then you want to invest in a torch, and then you got about 40 to 45 pounds, you can get this one. If you're just starting out, you got no torch, you kind of like building up your toolbox, you can go with this one, save a little bit more money if you kind of like on a tight budget. That's what I would recommend. I use both torches, both really good, great torches. Have some minor differences, but as a torch that helps you light the area when you're working on cars, they do their jobs really well. I have like no really big complaints about them. I'm really satisfied with both torches. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. Get one that you can afford. Obviously, when you're a beginner, I understand the situation. You're trying to build up your toolbox. You're getting, pliers, screwdrivers, your socket sets. You're starting out. That's the whole idea. So you don't have enough money with you. Obviously, you're not getting paid a lot in the shop, because obviously you're not doing like you may be like a tire fitter or like an apprentice or like a like level 1 mechanic. Let's say you're not like top mechanic that gets paid way more. So obviously you're not earning as much. So I understand the struggle. I've been there. So that's why I would recommend get the one that you can afford. Don't like go into like in debt and then start like owning money over there and over there, because it's gonna be all over the place and it's gonna make it like real hard for you. So hope this video was helpful, guys. If you like the video, make sure to like the video. If you want to subscribe, by all means subscribe, and I'll see ya in the next video.